as we said, is talking about the acceptance, but it is related with the mobile health recommender system, like, for example, the matchmaking or things related with recommending a doctor nearby or searching for a doctor. So this is our scope in this paper, and in particular, we are seeing the perspective of the young generation, the millennium generation, rather than the elderly. Because the elderly, there is a lot of research about the elderly, about health acceptance. So what about the young generation? This is better? My voice is okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is our perspective. Mobile health, we have the applications for a longer time. It's not new, but after COVID, mobile health is becoming very important, and it is part of our life now. So now there is more demand on the applications, and it provides equal reach and at affordable costs. So this was the main interest for this research, and especially we are doing the research in a developing country context, Egypt. So the aim of the study is to investigate factors that affect the acceptance of mobile health among two generations, the millennium generations, those between 10 and 25 years old, and those between 25 and 40 years old. And as I said, little research is undertaken to cover this particular age. And in this research, we are going to adapt TAM, Technology Acceptance Model, especially TAM3 constructs. And in addition, we will have new constructs. Having TAM3 is not enough because it lacks things like trust, reputation. Therefore, we are going to introduce some new constructs for TAM3. Trust is a governance mechanism in response to uncertainty, vulnerability, and dependence. And definitely the mobile health domain will require trust. And in addition, we will have a lot of literature about reputation for electronic services and electronic enterprises like Donny and Canon, and they believe that reputation is very important for an organization, and being honest will make the customers loyal and come back again. Jarvan EL, they argue that buyer trust in an internet store is positively influenced by the store's perceived reputation. So the reputation and trust are interrelated, and in addition, information quality and service quality positively affect trust in online community. So TAM3 already has the quality perspective. But now we are very interested to see, when we introduce concepts like trust and reputation, how will the quality be interrelated with trust and reputation rather than in the TAM3, only the output quality. So the constructs we are going to investigate in this study are TAM3 major constructs like perceived usefulness, perceived ease of use. The output quality comes from TAM3. Computer anxiety also comes from TAM3, but we will introduce perceived trust and perceived reputation. And we are going to see if there is relation between the output quality and trust and reputation, as well as computer action. So these are the main constructs, the major constructs of TAM3. TAM3 also pinpoints enabling factors that are moderating the adoption, like, for example, experience. TAM3 points to experience as an important moderating factor. With more experience, a user will have more information on how easy or difficult the system is. That will influence the consequent adoption of the model, possibly the ease of use, or as well as the behavioral intention. Experience also moderates the effect of computer anxiety, because with increasing experience, the effect of computer anxiety will become weaker, because we are familiar with the system and we know the pros and cons, and we are comfortable working with the system. Besides TAM3 moderating factors, there was also a lot of literature now pinpointing the moderating factor of gender, because okay, experience is a moderating factor, the age is a moderating factor. On top of this, gender now is becoming important, and Hawk pinpointed that moderating factor of gender is important, but till now is receiving less attention. Alam et al. Also pointed to the gender as having significant moderating effect in mobile health and in general electronic services, online services. The research method we adopted, we used the statistical technique, structural equation modeling, with partial least squares path modeling. This was used because we wanted to see the correlations between the different factors, the independent variables and the dependent variables. The independent variables, mainly the trust, mainly the output quality, computer anxiety, and the dependent variables like the usefulness, the ease of use, and the behavioral intention, as well as to see the moderating effect of experience and gender. The distribution of the sample, we have collected 136 valid responses from a questionnaire, from a survey, and the distribution was 46% male and 54% female. The age we had, when we distributed the questionnaire, we had more respondents from Generation Z, 68, which are the generation between 10 and 25 years old, 68%, and the Generation Z from 25 till 40, 32. The experience as a moderating factor definitely is important, and we measured the experience through are you seeing yourself professional using a mobile handset, and we had 68% saying we are professional, and only 32% they said we are intermediate. So the target audience was really professional in using mobile handsets. Searching for data on mobile, 64% they said very frequent, and 24% they said occasionally, and only 12% said rarely we are searching for data on mobile. This taking into consideration that we are handling with Generation Z, maybe Generation Z is not that into searching for data on mobile. The prime experience.
To interrupt, but you have 2 minutes.
I have how many?
2 minutes.
Only 2 minutes? Okay, thank you. Another prior experience is, did you use or have you already used the mobile application for recommending health services? 60% they said no, just they heard about it and they had relatives or friends using it, and from the experience of the relatives and friends, their behavioral intention, and 40% only they said, yes, we already used it. After doing the structural equation modeling analytics, we came out with this model. We have here the perceived usefulness. Trust is the sample and the questionnaire respondents. They assured that trust is positively affecting usefulness and is a significant variable. Became significant, as well as perceived ease of use. Perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness is already assured by the TM3. So this line, this bottom line, is already stressed in TM3, and it is validated that computer anxiety is negatively affecting perceived ease of use, and perceived ease of use is positively affecting usefulness. So this was again validated in our research, which gives also support to our results. And then here, the upper constructs. These are the new constructs we added, and we found trust is significant and has positive effect. Perceived reputation is also significant and affects trust, and quality had effect on reputation rather than trust. So we trust more when the place has a good reputation, and the place becomes gets the reputation when it provides a good quality. And here,
can we jump to the conclusion, because I'm sorry to interrupt again, we are running out of time.
Okay, so here the gender, we found that the gender perceived usefulness had significant positive effect, and this was from TM3. Trust and perceived ease of use is also validated. Perceived reputation and output quality is also validated. Females showed higher intention to use mHealth applications than males, which means that age as gender as a moderating factor is significant. And we found that males have higher tendency, computer anxiety also, and experience were found to have negative effect on behavioral intention. And we found that experience, whenever the user, we had 40% using the application and only 60% they have experience through their relatives or friends. We found that those who used it, they were reluctant using it in future, which means they pinpointed some weaknesses or some bad effects. So the experience was negatively affecting behavioral intention in the context of mobile health, which requires really trust and requires quality. This is the conclusions, and of course we can have things, practical implications that we should on the website emphasize the positive users review, have good advertisement campaign building on trust and honesty, and building a good reputation, as well as having policies for users satisfaction and refunds, or getting when we get that negative feedback from users, trying to improve the service and trying to maybe blacklist any of the doctors who are joining with bad reputation. These are findings.